Go lay down. Go see your babies. Go see your babies. Can you go see your babies? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hidden Oaks Homestead. Barn Talk number 3.
Number 3.
We're getting good at this.
Are we? Are we? I mean...
I don't know if we're getting good at it, but we're getting... what do I want to say? We're getting...
less awkward?
No, not less awkward. Consecutive. We're getting consecutive, consistent. We're getting consistent. If nothing else, we're getting consistent out here. Yeah. Talking in the barn.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good. We got some good feedback so that people like to listen to us, apparently. Yeah. So that's good. They like to hear the stories because we haven't been able to do live. So it's nice for us to be able to share.
This is a way for us to do a live without it being live. Without the
breakups and disconnections and all that.
So give us your questions for next
for the
talk.
Next episode.
For the next talk.
Yeah.
But so this week, big week for the
on
pig.
Barn Talk.
Big week for the pig wrestler.
Big
week for me.
Last week he was talking about the fact that the pigs are his favorite.
Love the pigs.
Huge week for him this week. Big win.
So
for Chip the pig farmer.
If you guys don't know, I'm trying to get into Cooney pigs. They're gonna be our jam out here. Something I'm really excited about. I love the breed. I love everything they do for you. If you don't know about Coonies, get in our playlist and look it up. I don't want to go too much into it, but it's a heritage breed. Let's go into it. It's a heritage breed. They grow smaller. They're not your commercial breeds. They don't get massive, but they're great for small homesteads if you're looking for a pig to raise on your farm. They're really docile. They're really friendly. They got little short snouts.
They look like a little bat.
So they don't root around. They don't tear up your yard. They graze on grass.
They grow slowly and they are pasture pigs.
Pasture
raised, grass-fed pigs, which makes it great for a small homestead when you want to save on feed costs.
And they're so cute.
They are cute. They are cute. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen, like back in the olden days when we were little, the Never-Ending Story. And like in the beginning, they have that big bat and the dude that rides the bat right to that tower. What's it called in English, that tower?
I don't know.
Anyway, that's how those pigs look like to me.
They look like bats for real, but they're so cute and I love them to death. So, but a lady that we bought our boar from when he was a piglet, I reached out to her to see if she had any female piglets because I was just trying to grow my herd.
It's never ending with him.
Do pigs come in herds? I don't know what you call a group of pigs. Is it a herd?
I think so.
Anyways, I'm looking for another female piglet. And hey, girl. Hey, Roxy. Hey, girl. I got Roxy. Mama Roxy's over here. She wants to be in. But anyway, so I reached out to her to see if she had any more female piglets. And she's like, I don't have any piglets, but I have a sow that I want to retire. Because I'm starting with a fresh line of sows. So she's like, she's already pregnant and she's like a couple years old. She's had one litter before, but she's just trying to move on to a younger group of mamas. So I was able to get her and she is about to bust at the seams full of little baby piglets.
I actually like her because I know it gives me something to kind of hold on to size-wise. Like I know, okay, a fully grown Cooney mama is that size.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, like I can deal with this. And she's extremely docile and super friendly. She's really sweet. So I like her.
Yeah, and she's
like Sally.
She's a huge get for us, and we're really excited to have her. Our other Coonies that we have, they're smaller right now. They're still maturing. They're not full size yet.
Our plan with the Coonies was really a long-term plan, right? Like, we didn't plan on obviously breeding and then having piglets and then growing them out for food till like 2 years down the road, right? Is when they'd be ready. So this actually puts us ahead quite
Yeah,
a bit.
this gives us a little bit of a boost, and since her piglets will not be related to our boar, we'll be able to keep a hold of maybe a couple of her.
Couple. There he goes again.
5 of her piglets, her females, to keep here for breeding stock, because I love Kune pigs. I haven't even tasted one yet, but
They're supposed to be really good.
just the breed for us.
I mean, we got
amazing.
good land here for them, you know, with the swampland and all the oaks and everything.
Yeah.
They can go forever and just forage.
We've put them in an area that we had mulched not too long ago. A lot of trees around them, and acorns are gonna fall, and they're gonna love.
There's
they're gonna love
tons
the
of 'em.
acorns. So we're excited. I also, while I was at it, I found somebody else that was selling feeder pigs, some Yorkshires, and we have the Gulf Coast Homesteader meetup coming up in October, and we plan on doing a pig butchering class. So
So that's how he talked me into that one.
I'm a
because
great salesman,
We
guys.
we have the event coming up at the end of October,
Yeah.
and our friends up in Alabama, Perry Hill Farms, they're gonna do a pig butcher class or a processing class.
Yeah.
At the event there, and well, we obviously need a pig for that. So we needed to grow them out. So I was like, okay, 1 pig. I'm like, well, it needs a buddy.
Well, you can't get 1 pig.
Okay, fine.
And it was such a great deal, I got 3. It was
So-
such a great deal, I got 3.
Yes. So.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a great deal.
So how many pigs are we up to again total?
Oh,
A
total
lot.
pigs. We have
6,
six
7.
six feeders going to process potbellies. That puts us at 8. Coonies are 4. 4 coonies.
Oh, 4, yeah.
What did I say the number was? 8 plus 4 is 12.
Look at you. Good job.
12 and the 3 is 15. And when that mama goes,
Oh,
and you forgot
that's gonna multiply right there.
You forgot the baby potbelly.
Oh yeah, the baby.
The little tiny girl.
She is tiny.
She could fit in a little
She's tiny. She's fun to watch. though.
cereal bowl.
She is.
And
She is cute.
she scratches her butt on everything.
Yeah. But that was the big thing this week on puppy news. They're starting to open their eyes. They're starting to find their voice.
Yeah.
So on days that I get to work from home, right now the weather's perfect to leave the windows open. So I just hear them yapping and testing out their vocal
Yeah.
cords, and it's so cute.
So we got 2 litters, and they're almost a week apart.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that's a little further along has eyes open. They're starting to crawl around. And I promise you, next week, they're gonna be out here wrestling and fighting and goofing off.
I'm looking if one of them is tapsing around awake. I can show him off. I'll let him sleep.
We're not revealing them yet. Next week, next barn talk, we'll probably have.
Well,
Maybe,
don't make promises.
it's not a promise. It's a possibility. Maybe we'll have them all on the table right here, and we'll just
That's a lot of puppies.
a barn talk of just puppies
Aw,
everywhere.
he's so sweet and cuddly.
They're
Fluffy.
gonna get big quick.
Yeah, they're beautiful. We just reached out to a couple of people that had bought puppies from us last year.
Yeah.
From the litter that Piper had with Roscoe. So they're Anatolian Pyrenees mixes.
Just want to do a
They're-
little check-in.
And they're beautiful. They're
Yeah.
beautiful. They're such pretty dogs.
Everybody's so happy. The people that got from us last year's litter, they're just telling us what a great job they're doing.
Yeah. I mean, they're young. They
Yeah.
still need
They're
to
still
grow
puppies.
into it. But they're doing a great job.
They're a little over 6 months old now.
That's crazy.
It's cray.
That's crazy. Oh, Roxy's getting into
Roxy.
food.
That's what happens when you do a barn talk. It's
Always
it might be
something.
chaos out here.
Always something. But yeah, that was the big news this week, right? What else happened? I just picked Chupa up from the vet. She
Yeah.
got fixed.
So our little rescue that I found on the side of the road, we've invested in her. Her shots are all up to date. Nicole took her to get spayed yesterday. She just got back with her right before we started. Right now, she's got a cone on her head. And
she doesn't know where she's at.
She's loopy. She's high.
Poor thing. Poor baby. The whole ride home, I didn't hear one little peep out of her. Poor thing.
Yeah, but she's gonna do good.
Yeah, she's gonna do good. She's not gonna go into heat and distract Roscoe from his job or anything crazy like that. So she's gonna be good.
Yeah, we won't have to worry about any unwanted puppies.
Exactly.
Or attracting stray dogs or coyotes.
Coyotes, packs of coyotes just moving in. Have some coyote puppies on the farm.
That'd be weird.
That would be weird.
So, big question we got this week.
Yeah, we got a couple of questions on that were kind of related on that. Was just, how did you guys go into farming?
How did we get here?
Because we didn't grow up as farmers, right? So how did you decide that you want to start a farm?
So YouTube.
We did not rehearse this. That's a
YouTube.
You can start.
YouTube is what got us here. Yeah. So when we were in the UAE, when we were in Abu Dhabi, I heard, this is such a ridiculous story. Oh my God. I hurt my back, and I was...
He's an old man.
I was on the couch for like 3 days, home all by myself, nobody to take care of me. Nicole was at work, the kids were at school, and I just was watching YouTube, and I just started watching, I don't know how I got onto it, but I started watching homesteading.
Suggested videos.
Homesteading videos, and I had never really heard about homesteading. Whenever I thought of farming, I thought big commercial farms like Tyson Chicken that just grows hundreds and thousands of chickens for restaurants or for the grocery stores, but I never actually thought about small scale farming for just trying to take care of your family and be self-sufficient.
Which is funny to me because he grew up in a pretty rural place.
Yeah.
But you apparently never got out.
Well, when you're a kid, you don't pay any attention to. You don't pay, if you're not directly exposed to it.
Probably.
Like I would pass cow farms on the school bus, but I never really
thought about it.
Yeah. So I just started watching these videos on YouTube, and they were really, really interesting to me, and it really grabbed my attention. And I just remember Nicole, one day after I'd been watching these videos in secret for like 2 or 3 days on the couch, I remember Nicole came home, and I was just like telling her, did you know that you could, it only takes 6 weeks to get a chicken to processing age? Did you know it only takes 6 months for a pig to be grown out, to be processed? Did you know that when chickens lay eggs, you don't have to put them in the refrigerator? You can just leave them on the counter?
I did know that.
Do you know that chickens lay eggs like almost every day if you get the right breed? And she's like, why are you telling me all that? What, you've been like on an encyclopedia page or Wikipedia? What are you doing? Why are you telling me all this? And I was like, I had to come clean. I was like, I've been watching videos on small scale farming, and I'm addicted to watching these videos. And then she started watching the videos with me, and while we were over there, it became a thing that we decided that whenever we decided to leave the UAE, Abu Dhabi, it was something that we would look into doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I grew up very rural, so that was, the homesteading thing was not a new thing to me because that's how I grew up. We just didn't call it homesteading. That's just how we lived.
Y'all probably called it like Husafliegen or...
No, there wasn't a term for it. That's
like,
just
Gartenmarkt, Stiege. I don't know.
No.
I'm just imagining how it would sound. We got...
Who are they barking at? Shuka, probably. She looks funny with her cone on. Where are you going?
Roxy. We're having an emergency.
Apparently, they see something.
Livestock guardian dogs. Roxy.
Roxy, hey, girl.
We let Roxy out. Whatever the emergency was, she's out there. Livestock guardians, Anatolian shepherds, swear by them.
They're awesome. They're awesome.
So where were you?
Where was I? Well, we were talking about farming. So I grew up on a homestead. We didn't call it a homestead or anything else. It was just home. I grew up in a multi-generation home, so it was my family, so my mom, dad, siblings, and then my grandparents lived upstairs. And we had a vegetable garden, we had fruit trees, we had a little bit of everything when it comes to animals. We had rabbits, we had goats, we had chickens, we had ducks, and we had geese. And then I remember one year we had a pig, and his name was Willie. And then one day we ate him. Like, I remember I was young, maybe 6 or 7. I don't know. I was young. But anyway, one day he was getting eaten. And it was just part of our life. It was the way that we grew up. It was always, you know, we'd cook dinner, and my mom or my grandma would send us out to the garden. Like, hey, go and get this and that. Or go and get this and that preserve, or whatever was in the freezer. And there was always, everything was always fully stocked. We had like a room underneath the garage, like a, what do you call it, a cellar? A cellar. We had a cellar. I wish we had a cellar here. And that was just stuffed with canned goods and juices and kraut and root vegetables and apples, and all of that was in there. And we always had everything packed. And then like once a year, my grandpa would participate in like a slaughter day. All the males from the community came together, and it was like that little bitty country setting that I grew up in, like 20 houses, like nobody. The place where we're at now is big in comparison to where I grew up. And they'd get together and they'd have a slaughter day, and they'd process pigs. And then a couple of weeks later, after everything was processed and smoked, everybody came home with their share. And so we had meat for the whole year. And it was awesome. And that's just how I grew up. So when he started talking about it, I don't know if he expected me to fight him on it or have something to say on it, but it's like, heck yeah, let's do it.
I didn't expect you to fight it. It was just, I don't know.
It was a little bit.
It was 180 degrees from the lifestyle that we were living at the time.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And I mean, we had come a long way. I mean, when we first got married, you were in the military. We were poor. We didn't have a wedding. We got signatures on paper. That's it. That's how we got married. And you know, we've worked hard, and then we got those opportunities over there in the Middle East, and we worked hard over there and saved up, and so this came up. And when we made the decision that, hey, when we leave the Middle East, this is what we want to do, we focused even more with saving and investing and things like that.
So our last year overseas was just saving everything and paying off bills and getting us into a situation to where when we got home, whenever that was going to be, we would be able to get started pretty easily. And then we started looking for property, and we found this place, and we decided to buy this piece of land. And this piece of land, when we were looking at it, was our contingency plan for whenever we do come home. And then we flew back to Florida to close and to sign on it. And when we got out here and walked the land, we both knew it was time to start coming home now.
Yeah, because we bought the place sight unseen. We've never been here. When we put an offer on it, and bought it. We came here to close because we did want to walk it before we actually closed on it.
We got to walk the property 2 days before we signed for it, and after we signed, we were like, all right, it's time to come home.
Well, him more than me.
Yeah.
Like, I would have been fine staying in the Middle East a little bit longer.
I was ready.
He was ready. His contract was coming to an end anyway, and we were working on like making plans and saving up, because prior to that we traveled a lot.
Yeah.
The Middle East was really convenient for me because it was only a 5-hour flight home for me. Now I'm back on the other side of the planet, so now it's more of a 24-hour trip with layovers. So it's a lot harder for me to go home now. So it's been 3 years since I've seen my family, which is sad. But yeah, it was really easy for us to travel in the Middle East because it was, well, in the middle of everywhere. So it was really easy to do. But when we decided, hey, this is what we're going to do when we get back, we knew we're going to have funds in place. Yeah. Because when we left here to go to the Middle East, we sold everything. We didn't have a house to come back to. We didn't have cars. We didn't have furniture. So we had nothing. So we knew whenever we do come back, we got to start from scratch. We have nothing. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, when we got to the house, we had, there's a local furniture store that helped us out with like delivering and putting together our beds. So we had beds for us and the kids. And that's it.
We didn't have couches for like 2 months.
Oh, we didn't have,
because we weren't even inside anyways.
Yeah, exactly. We were
working outside,
with
picking
machetes.
up sticks and just getting started.
Yeah, because everything was wooded around the house.
Yeah.
There was nothing cleared besides like that 1/4 acre or whatever around the house.
Yeah, this barn wasn't
it.
here.
There was nothing.
Nothing.
And so we had to start building, and we knew obviously that's going to take money, so we had to save up ahead of time, because we knew when we got here, we had a semi-idea of what we wanted to do. We probably jumped into it with a little bit too much enthusiasm and probably overdid it on a few things.
No.
Yes.
For her,
I'm a planner.
Nicole wants to plan everything out, and I want to shoot from the hip and just wing it.
Yeah.
And we got a pretty good mix of that here, I think.
Yeah. I think we're getting more to planning now because, we got to think ahead of what we're actually doing.
Not when you find a Cooney mama about to bust, then you just wing it. There was no plan involved with that Cooney mama. That was just found it, going to get it.
Yeah.
Load up the trailer, because I'm going.
Yeah. So, I mean, by no means are we generational farmers or anything. We just kind of
and what's great
learn as we do.
What's great for you guys is we are learning as we go. And our biggest thing that we want to share with people is you do not have to be an expert. You don't have to know 100% how things work and how it goes. You just got to do it.
And don't get discouraged either, because we've made plenty of mistakes along the way.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we've dealt with the heartbreak of, losing livestock and, we
gardening failures.
We grew crops that we were really excited about, and they looked really good, but they didn't really taste all that great. So we're not growing that again.
Yep. We've laid things out and then looked back and been like, no, that's not the way we should have planned that out. That's not functional. No,
and you start building a local community around you too that is very willing to share knowledge. And no matter if that's generational farmers or people like you that just kind of started getting into it, I think 2020 was a huge year for people to kind of get away from the city, get into the country, and start growing your own food.
2020 really woke some people up.
Yeah.
When there's shortages in the grocery store.
Yeah.
It really got some people's attention. And we were just a little bit ahead of that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a huge garden or anything like that, and I'm not looking to necessarily grow for a farmer's market. Is that something maybe in the future? I don't know, maybe. But right now we're still experimenting to kind of figure out, okay, what
Yeah.
works, what do we eat, what do I want to maybe try out. So there's a few things every year that I give a try just to see if it grows, if I really like the taste of it, and the easier it is to grow, the
Yep.
more I like it. So, so yeah, there's a lot of experimenting going along with the garden, with the livestock. I think we kind of settled on what we want livestock-wise, right?
To be determined. To be determined. If I could, I would just do a perimeter fence around this whole 20 acres.
Just stuff it.
And just stuff it full of every animal I could, because I just love animals. So
Yeah.
and
If it was for him, we'd just have like a little zoo going
we
on.
would definitely have a zoo here,
Yeah.
if it was up to me. But that's one of the things that I got to learn to work on is we're not a petting zoo. Everybody has to have a function.
Yeah, I mean, you're not as extreme as you used to be,
Yeah.
and I'm not as extreme. We kind of found a little middle ground there, because if it was for him, we'd have camels and zebras and all kind of stuff.
I was looking online. There's a place down the street that sells ring-tailed lemurs for $4,000.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Dude, we'd blow up on YouTube with a ring-tailed lemur.
Don't even start. No, we don't.
Ring-tailed
no.
lemur?
Nope.
I don't
Nope.
know.
We're voting against it. Nope, we don't need that. I'm more a survivalist. It's like, I want to know that I have food for my family. If I can't go to the store, I got plenty of food here. I know how to make my bread. I got meat here. If push comes to shove, we know what we need to do to be good. We got the pond that we're working on. We got a well. If push comes to shove, we're gonna be okay.
I will look into what cuts of meat you can get off a ring-tailed lemur.
It's like a squirrel.
Okay. Well, guys, get us your questions. Help us keep this thing going. This lives and dies with you guys and your questions.
Yeah, so make sure you email us your questions, you put them down below, however you get them to us, so that we can answer and follow up and keep on going with this.
Yep. Go check out our Cooney playlist and check those out. You're going to love Coonies. We'll see you guys next time.
We'll see you soon.